Okay, somebody's cutting the grass, so I don't know if you can hear me. There it goes. He's cutting it off. Anyway, here we go. This is my problem. Up there at the very top, my cover split during the winter, I guess, or whenever it happened, and I didn't know it, and it dry rotted. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make a cover for it so it don't, destroy my umbrella. So let me get started. Okay, so I showed you my issue, and then my solving problem is gonna be this. Here is a shower curtain. This is an old shower curtain. See, so I am fixing to cut this shower curtain and make me a cover for my umbrella so it don't continue to deteriorate. This shower curtain, however, was a little too long for where I had my rod in my bathroom at the time, so I had put a hem in it so it wouldn't be so long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this hem right here for the bottom of my umbrella cover, so that way I can put a drawstring through it and cinch it up so it'll protect my umbrella. So let me show you how I'm going to cut it. Okay, so I have the shower curtain and I have folded it in two. I have two umbrellas outside, so I'm going to make both of them a matching pair. So I folded it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. And then I'm going to cut this piece up here off because that's where the loops were. So I'm going to cut that off, fold it, make a hem. Then what I'm going to do is start like right here and just like angle it down like that right there, because the top part is shallow, and then as it goes down, it'll be like this right here. So, and then I'll run a drawstring around that hem part that I showed you, and then I can tighten it up. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'll show you what I've cut. So I did order me some chalk, some Taylor's chalk, so that's going to help me, because on the soap part that I always use, you're not going to see that on here. I need something I can see. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just start it right about here. Now I told you I'm going to cut this piece right here off. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to just start angling it down like that right there. And then I will just cut the pieces off, and then at the bottom, after I cut them, I'll sew the sides together, and then I'll put the drawstring at the bottom. But let me get this cut off first. Okay, so the one that I told you that I had hemmed earlier, that's going to be a nice fold right there. On the other side right here, see, it's a raw edge. What I'm going to have to do is pinch that in a little bit and sew me a little stitch all the way around it so it won't have a fray edge. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, so I've got it pinned all the way down on both sides, and I'm going to serge both of those sides. But if you don't have a serger, use a zigzag stitch, it's fine. But what I'm going to do, since my other umbrella cover tore at the top, and that's where it was exposed at, I want to make this, I wanted to make it a little bit sturdier or a little bit thicker. So I'm going to run me 2 stitches down through here on both sides, and then I'll run a stitch this way, and that way when I serge it, I'll have extra protection at the top where it won't, of course that's the top, that's where it's gonna, weather the most. So I'm gonna do that for extra, what am I trying to say? So it'll last longer. Okay, durability was the word I was looking for. So got 2 rows through there, so that's going to be extra strength. Now I'm fixing to just take my serger and just go down both sides. Okay, so I serged it along the edges, and then when I got to the top, I used my zigzag stitch and I gave it extra reinforcement. So I'm fixing to turn it inside out. Okay, so here's my bucket of strings. I just keep strings. Every time I cut something off, I keep the strings. You never know, you may need it. It looks like I'm gonna need it. So there's a blue jean one. I could use that. Let's see here. Here's me a piece right here. Anyway, I'm fixing to take this and I'm fixing to run it through this opening that I made right here, and then I'll slide it over my umbrella. So let me get that done. I got me this little nifty gadget right here, and this little end right here will pull down, get it tight. So what you do, I think I got it off of Temu. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, now it's got a good grip on it, and all I got to do is just slide it through there. And I'll just slide it through all the way around till I get to the other side, and then I'll pull it out. So let me get that done. Okay, so here's something I didn't foresee. I sewed that other side up like that right there, and so I've come to a stop. So all I'm gonna do is just clip me a little bitty hole right here on both sides, and then just keep going on. Now, I'll just push it that way, and then I'll go back in and finish going all the way around. Okay, so where I had to snip that to get it through, that's not a big deal. I'm just going to take my zigzag and just go over it like that. It'll be sturdy, it won't go nowhere, and it'll still be a drawstring. Okay, so let's try it on and see if it works. I think it was a bee after me. Okay, so, you know, I could have made it a little more narrow up here. Right through there. So it would have fit a little snugger. Is that a word? Snugger. Anyway, I think that's just fine. Just keep the sun off of my umbrella. And, I mean, like I said, I could take it in and I may make it a little more snug. I'm not sure. I think it's okay like it is. I mean, anyway, I got to make another one. I've got another umbrella on over here, and the same cover has ripped on it. So I'm fixing to go in there and do the other one, and I think I'll be done. Okay, here's my second one. And on this one, I did make it a little slimmer, so I may swap them out. And then on this one, for a tie, that's just the bottom of a t-shirt that I cut off. So I'm gonna go out there and slip this one on. It is a little thinner. Let me see how it looks, and I'll swap the other one to the other umbrella. I don't use it as much. I think my chair's breaking. I don't know if you can tell, but that's a little bit narrower. So I'm gonna leave that one on this one since I use this one the most. So anyhow, this used to be my swimming pool out there, and I've had a swimming pool for like 20 years, and it was beginning to be a money pit, so I chunked it, cut this piece off right here, and just made me a little deck so I can come up here if I want to. So that's what it is. I hope you liked my video. Thank you for watching. This is Frankie's DIY Life after retirement, so this is some of the stuff that goes on during the day. Hit that subscribe button, that like button. I appreciate it. Until next time, God bless. Just wanted to show you my old cover. Pretty much. I want to keep my umbrellas looking nice because they're sort of expensive. So now I've got them on both. I want to show you something else though. Let me turn the camera. So if you can't afford one of these, and those are pretty expensive. I think back in the day I gave $25 for that one, but I think they're like 40 or 50 now. Anyway, here's a Christmas tree stand. So if you buy a Christmas tree stand, that works really well on your big umbrellas. So anyway, there we go.